boys, your boy Mark, 29th of April, 2026. Yeah. Here with another DVD update slash video game update. I got 3 video games. And I got a whole bunch of DVDs. These DVDs, disc only, but I'll show them later. I'll get to the games first, then I'll show the DVDs. Was gonna do this a few hours ago, but I was in the middle of watching Chinatown for the first time. I bought that on YouTube Movies 3 years ago. Finally watched it, and my review's up on Letterboxd. Yeah, if you guys don't know, I am on Letterboxd now. Your boy Mark, that's my username on Letterboxd. I post all the time, even though I don't really get many viewers on there. It's fun to do, you know. It's fun to do Letterboxd. Every time I watch a movie, I'm like, yes, I cannot wait to log this, you know. But anyway, alright, got 3 games here. I've only played a little bit of one of them, but yeah. First up, these 2 games I have wanted for a long ass time, but they are quite expensive nowadays. And I managed to get them both for $60, and only one of them is like $60, to be honest. Tends to sell for $60, is what I'm trying to say. And I've had this for a while now. I've had this for several weeks, actually. 2-3 weeks. Maybe even, not before that. Anyway, Left 4 Dead 1 and 2. Complete. With the manual and discs. And that's the Game of the Year edition too. Left 4 Dead 2. Yeah. With the manual. I was wondering, like, how do you play these? Cause like, I was like, all right, play story mode. I'm like, what? You gotta play story mode online or something like that? I don't know what I'm doing wrong. And then I played one of the missions called something Mercy, No Mercy or something like that. Was it something like that? I played that. And I was like, after 5 minutes, I was like, yeah, I'm ready to turn it off now. I don't want to stay that way. I want to love these games. But, so I finally got Left 4 Dead 1 and 2. Very kindly, I'm asking, am I doing it right? How am I supposed to play these? It's like you can select any mission at any time or something like that. Help me understand, please. And this is another game I haven't played yet, but I've been wanting to for quite a while, and this is a game that you can only get physically now. But this is a game that this is a game that I've heard was like inspired by Apocalypse Now and Hearts of Darkness, which is the book that Apocalypse Now is based on. And I don't typically like war movies, to be honest. Like 2 exceptions would be Full Metal Jacket and Apocalypse Now. I love those 2 movies. So this sounds like it's a real like psychological testing type of thing, and I love that kind of stuff. This game, Spec Ops: The Line, for the Xbox 360, of course. Now, what I'm wanting out of these is like, because my dream is to be a filmmaker, so I'm thinking, like, if this is everything I hope it is, I could be the one to adapt this into a film. this game into a movie. You like that? And I'm not gonna hold back on the effed up stuff, man. And I already got someone in mind to play him, the main character. And you know who? One day, that will be a relic, and people will say, "Oh my gosh, you playing this all the time from these years ago." Yep. Those are the 3 games. Spec Ops, Left 4 Dead 1 and 2. Now, DVDs. Now, these came in the mail today, finally. I bought them 3 days ago, and 3 days ago was Sunday, actually, so obviously no mail on Sunday. So I knew they wouldn't come, but they came in this small-ass packet thing. Like parcel, of course. And I was like, wait, really? That's it? Because I got 7 freaking movies. And I knew from the photos that it was going to be like these in these sleeves. But these are actually from an old New Zealand online rental thing called Fatso, which is basically, because I've heard stories that like Netflix used to be like a DVD rental online service. Fatso was like New Zealand's version of that. So I love that X-Rental thing. Brings you back in. If you're wondering how I'm going to store these DVDs, in this binder, which I got so much other stuff here, including about 17 James Bond films and a lot of other stuff that I needed to put somewhere. But yeah, this parcel had me like, really, that's it? Like, I was trying to make sure, did the seller send them all? And yes, it is all of them. And I made sure to keep it in the order that the seller put it in. I would have loved to have opened this on camera, but I was like, it seems smaller then. And it was really like sucked into this, you know. So, this first film is The Untouchables. A French film about and by the way, all of these movies are blind buys. Never seen any of them, okay? I have never seen any of them. Very excited to watch them all because I'm a massive cinephile. And this is going to be crazy for my Letterboxd profile. Untouchables, about it's a French film about a friendship between a black guy and a quadriplegic. And I remember years ago seeing this movie rated like 8.5 on IMDb. It was rated so freaking high on IMDb, yet I never hear anyone like talk about it. Which is crazy. 8.5 on IMDb for like years? Far out. So yeah. See what it's all about. It says it's in French. That has to mean English subtitles, or hopefully if there's an English dub, I'll put that on. I'll put both the English dub and the English subtitles on, although the subtitles might not match. Very excited to watch this. Well, sort of, you know. It was like one of those I never really never bothered to actually think about watching, and then I decided to get up, and yeah. Next film. I remember my mom mentioned this film once. I don't know the context. So, Woody Allen film. Whatever your opinions are, I don't care. All right, because a good film's a good film, and actually, this and another movie here. If you remember The Random Mind, Anthony the Random Mind, I remember he listed these two as like some of his favorite films of all time. So that made me that definitely pulled me forward to these. These were quite cheap too, like $5 a film. Midnight in Paris. Midnight in Paris. Another French-related film I just realized. Yeah, Midnight in Paris, kind of like a time travel type of movie, I think, about a guy who finds a way to get to Paris in the 1920s or something like that. I don't know. Hopefully it's good. But yeah. This one. Very excited to watch this one. Old ass film. Streetcar Named Desire. Starring the late great Marlon Brando. And also I wrote a script today. Finished the script today. Just saying. Not my biopic. Not yet. But yeah. They have a smell too, far on. There's a movie I've watched like 3 times this year already, called Once Were Warriors. Classic New Zealand film, by the way. Anyway, that's an amazing film, and I found out recently that film was like modeled after this kind of. So that made me even more excited to watch it. That's a 10 out of 10 movie, by the way. Once Were Warriors. Next one, another film I always heard of, but never thought about. But it stars Brie Larson, who I think is awesome. Short Term 12. No idea really what it's about. I know it says what it's about, but I just heard good things and I want to watch it because of that. That's it. So yeah. Next up, this was the one that caught my eye actually of Fatso purchases, and that will be Citizen Kane. Yes, considered the greatest movie of all time. I watched like 2 minutes of this movie when I was like 15, and I turned it off. Now that I'm older, I think I will be able to appreciate this now. Hopefully. But yeah. Now, hopefully it is actually good and it's not like a good story and all that. And I know the Family Guy joke too. Spoiler alert for Family Guy and this film, I guess. It was a sled. It was a sled from when he was a kid or something like that. There, I just saved you 2 long boobless hours or something. That was a crack up. Anyway, look forward to watching that in you. This next film, I'll get to after this one because this is the last film here. Is the second to last actually, because this one came before, but I want to talk about this one first because this is honestly the one I'm least looking forward to out of all these. The Reader. It has an interesting kind of thing, like about a teenage boy and a romantic relationship with an adult woman and during World War II or stuff like that. But yeah. But honestly, the film out of all these I'm most excited for to watch. Beginners. Yeah, Beginners. This was the other film I was talking about with the Random Mind. About starring Ewan McGregor and his father comes out as gay at 75 years old. And that sounds like a fun movie, actually. Anyway, that's my update. This went way longer than I expected it to, so hope you enjoyed. I'm your boy Mark, and I am tired. Peace out and have a good one.